higher? Are we in it?
Yeah,
sure.
Whatever. They get the gist of
They get
what's
it?
going on, yeah.
Cool. How's it going, everyone? Name is JP Calubaquib, aka Crumbsinmystache, aka the Lover Boy, and this is Late Night Dive. All right, start the show.
What's up, everyone? This is the Late Night Dive. I'm your host, Jacob Polhill. We got our chests out. Some have more hair on them than others. And I am here with...
Crumbsinmystache. I don't know what people introduce me as Crumbs sometimes, so I guess I'm Crumbs.
I didn't know how to introduce you. That's why I did that.
That's fair.
Yeah, I didn't know if you want to be Crummy.
Mr.
Crumb.
That's just that Crummies. That's what the ladies call me, bro.
I'm gonna crumb.
I'm gonna crumb? Oh my God.
That should be
watch out, ladies. I might bust that one out one time. I'm gonna crumb. Oh my God. I'm so dead, bro. No. I'm JP Calubaquib. I'm JP Calubaquib.
That should be your Finsta.
That should be my Finsta. No, my Finsta. And I'm gonna put it out there. You guys can follow it. I might not let you follow me, but it's Tears in My Stash. Instead of Crumbs. Because
Are you fake sad boy on the internet?
No. Not fake. It's real.
It's real. I'm actually sad.
I'm actually sad.
Dude, it's so good to have you. Oh shit,
bro. Oh, watch that.
Oh. All right. That's good.
I remember my first beer.
Huh?
What?
We got a different vibe for every episode. That's how we're doing that here.
Chest out on this one. Cheers, brother.
Chest out. Sun's out. Chest out. It's just your birthday.
It was just my birthday 4 or 5 days ago. It's all pretty much just been one day though, with like multiple naps in between.
Yeah.
Because it's been a lot of this.
A lot of high life.
Label out.
The champagne and beer. We're not getting paid.
Right.
We're not getting paid for this.
Definitely not getting paid.
They can. Yeah. Hey, put your ad here on the chest, the bare chest.
It's a lot of real estate right there.
Yeah.
A lot of real estate. Thanks for having me, man. Like, I like what you do. You talk really well.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I hate my voice.
You have a great voice. Like some people have terrible voices that I don't want to hear ever. Yours is not too bad. It doesn't make me want to turn it off. You know, like
I'm so glad because this is a fucking podcast. And
for a white guy, like at least you're not Joe Rogan. I don't like his voice.
No, he's a terrible voice.
I don't know why.
I don't know why. I really don't get it, but I do though.
I get it.
I totally.
I see why some people of a certain demographic of the male type can watch Joe Rogan
and have a complexion that's similar to mine.
Yes, and mine in the winter. I'm fairly pale. I mean, you can see it.
Yeah.
I burn like y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it happens.
It's a vibe, dude. I mean, it happens.
Thank you.
You gotta wear sunscreen. You wear sunscreen?
I don't.
That's terrible.
It's actually not recommended.
The difference is if like you don't wear sunscreen, like you still age well. If I don't wear sunscreen, I look like a prune by the time I'm like 37.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look fine when I'm gonna look like this for the next like 10 years. I know it.
Next 10? You probably have 30 on that.
Yeah.
How old did you just turn?
31.
Yeah, you're looking the same until like
40.
40.
Till 40. And then it all breaks down until like 40. I'm going to look 40 for the next 10 years. Like, I'm not going to age every year like, like y'all.
Like us. Yeah.
Like y'all. But I love y'all. Y'all age well. Like, it's defined.
There's chapters to this shit.
Yeah.
Like, we just have 100 of them.
Oh, my God. Yeah, ours are in tens. So it's like, for every 100 of yours, it's 10 for us.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's just like... It's just life, man.
It's just life, man.
This is the hands that we were dealt. Speaking of hands, you use your hands.
I do use my hands. I am a photographer, filmmaker. I don't know what else I do with my hands.
I don't know. Like, do you have anything else you use your hands for?
Yeah, I do. I use those things for a lot of things. For crumbing all over the place. Oh my God. I'm gonna crumb. No, I have good hands. I roll a fine joint. I hold many beers. I shake other hands.
You've been a hand model.
I've been a hand model.
You've been a hand model.
Yeah, I have been a hand model for Budweiser and Cresco and High Supply. But that's just because of Zoe, my business partner.
Oh yeah,
Because
you got some nice hands.
I do got nice hands. You know, like ever since I was younger.
You got all the drip out too. Chest out, all this jewelry
I'm bleeding.
on,
We're on
tattoos.
I think that's blood.
You bleeding?
It might have been from the shotgun.
Yeah, you're going really into it though, so I can totally see why that.
It's okay. I love shotguns.
Yeah, I mean, just the beer though, not the guns.
No, I'm not a big gun guy. Yet. I mean, I've had my Floyd. I've had my Floyd for like 9 years. Never had a gun. I came home from college.
Just in case.
Yeah, it was just like,
In case
oh,
they
man, I
stop
can
making
do this.
them.
I was like, well, it's $10 to get the card. So in case I ever wanted to buy a gun.
Yeah, so
There's a possibility.
you got murder on your mind.
Well, I wouldn't say murder, just intent. Murderous intent. No, I'm kidding. I hope the FBI doesn't watch this.
All right. Well, let's get serious now.
All right.
No, that's not gonna happen.
How serious
I can
can
already
we
tell.
get?
There's not gonna be much serious. I can already tell. That's
There could be
fine.
bits of serious. I can
You can flip the switch.
I can tone it differently.
All right.
Yeah, you know, Geminis have this thing where we can flip switches.
Oh, here we go. All the Geminis are in the room right now.
Is Geo a Gemini?
No, just you and Nico.
Oh, just me. Well,
That's
'cause we're
50% of the
awesome.
room.
That's 50. Yeah, that is half.
It's half of the room. There's so much ego.
What are
So
you?
much-
Stop it.
What
So
do you,
much ego.
What do you think I am?
Dude,
Can you guess?
No, I'm terrible. I only know Gemini shit.
Same, bro.
I only know.
care about
We don't anybody
Selfish.
else.
You're like,
Like,
it's just
yeah,
about us.
it's a little selfish.
It's selfish.
Selfish with a little selfless.
I'm a Sagittarius.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Sag.
I just want
I'm always told I'm a textbook Sagittarius though, so I don't know.
So what does that mean? Like,
I don't
what are those
fucking
traits?
know. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me by the end of this podcast after we get to know each other.
All right.
This is the first time we've ever met. We're really hitting
First
it
time.
off.
First time.
Yeah. We might make out by the end of this.
Jesus Christ.
Chest to chest.
I'm gonna need a lot more high life to even consider that idea.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Ain't that something?
Is it because I age like shit because I'm white?
No, it's because I'm straight as hell. I love women.
I do too. There's nothing wrong with making out with the homies.
No, you're right. A little kiss on the cheek.
Summer
I'm with it, bro.
2021. We're not wearing masks. We're sitting in the crib,
Yeah,
drinking
bro.
some high lives.
I feel
Chests
that.
are out.
I feel that.
We're both wearing very bright colors.
Very bright.
Where'd you get that shirt at?
Prada.
Oh,
Outlet. The Prada outlet.
Oh,
Shout out the plug.
wait. Hold on. Where the fuck is there an outlet for Prada?
Oh, so Rosemont, Illinois, over by O'Hare.
Yeah.
They have like the fashion outlets, and they got all like, bro, they got Burberry, Gucci, Prada.
It's like
they're
all-
about to get Saint Laurent.
It's like all the the people that are going on business trips and they're about to like cheat on their wives and they
Right.
gotta get fitted up right before.
yeah, 100% that. And then also like super small Asian women with baggage, like luggage, specifically to go shopping.
Oh yeah.
It's very specific. I'm like, are you guys about to go to the airport from here? Like,
they're
we're
stocking.
it's a lot of stuff. We don't want to go to the car. We just have to pack up everything, then we go back to the hotel, repack everything, ship it back out.
You're a fashionable dude.
I do what I can, man. I am very grateful for a mother who wanted me to dress up, I guess. Like, she wanted me presentable in society. But her idea of that for me when growing up was like,
Abercrombie.
no, thank God. My mom actually hated that that I wore Fierce, which I can't understand because Fierce is a top 3 scent amongst men.
Oh yeah, the Abercrombie scent.
You
just
guys
walk
all
in-
agreed to a bullshit statement, and that is on you.
No.
Everyone did, man. Between the age of like 14 to 16, you don't know about it. It was either that or some PacSun
Or some Axe.
fragrance or some. I did not wear Axe because I
No,
knew
only
what
the
that was
stinky
about,
kids
bro.
did.
Only the stinky kids wore Axe, man.
Class stinky kids.
Gym class
they were
stinkers.
rocking the Axe, dude.
Yeah,
Gym class stinkers.
terrible people,
It's my favorite band.
dude. Hold on, another burp.
Yeah, just shake it out.
Yeah, I had to.
With the hand.
Can't stop it. Had to shake that shit out.
When'd you first pick up a camera then?
First time I picked up a camera, I was a teenager. Well, that was yeah. No, I was younger than that.
I would think so.
Well, my dad had a film camera back in the day, and we used to travel. So that was the first time I really touched a camera. He had point and shoots. He had SLRs. And then when I turned 14, 15, I was in high school. It was a freshman year of high school. My parents got the first like Sony Cybershot that ever came out. It was like 3.1 megapixels.
Yeah.
Which is
Dog shit.
Shite. But if you're a hipster in 2021, you might want to shoot that because aesthetics. And it was a digital camera, man. So like I shot a black and white. I've shot like a whole bunch of shit. But there was this one black and white photo I took of a fucking back street in the city of Chicago where there was just like tree line. It was a tree lined street with a bunch of like Chicago bungalows. And if you're from Chicago, you know what a Chicago bungalow is. And if you don't, you're from fucking Naperville. Are you from Naperville?
No, I'm from Rockford.
Okay, well that's.
Do I look like I'm from Naperville?
No, well with that shirt you might.
I changed to try to match the vibe. Sorry, I don't have any fucking Prada.
It's honestly the only Prada shirt I own. So I wore it for you, bro. I wanted to be impressive.
I know you came in here and I was like, damn, I have to go change. I was gonna wear something.
So the first time I professionally picked up a camera, I was 21.
What was it for?
It was for an internship. I was working at a clothing brand called Another Enemy. They're still around, based out of Cleveland, Ohio, streetwear.
Who in Cleveland?
In Cleveland. I was in Cleveland. Oh, so I should probably state this. I was in Cleveland for 5 years for school, for college. And I was getting a communications degree, and I was working at a boutique at a time called Next, and they carried this brand called Another Enemy, and they were a little bit more on the edgy side, a little more skate-oriented, a little more hardcore-oriented. The owner was really into hardcore music and punk music and metal, and that was just right up my alley at the time, and still very much is, but they were looking for an intern. I was looking for an internship opportunity because it was like 3 credit points, which is a lot, I guess, right? 3?
Yeah,
that's a lot. That's like a full credit. It was a bullshit internship, man. I got to like turn in weekly updates about what I did in my internship, which like I couldn't tell them I was just like selling weed out the back door and like enjoying streetwear shit.
You're learning entrepreneurship.
Exactly, which my boss was totally about, and he was okay with that. And they had a camera. No one was using it. They only used it for website photos, but there was like more that the brand was doing. They were doing pop-ups. They were doing activations before activations were more of a thing for the internet. They were going to concerts. We were doing, we hosted like event signings. Anyway, no one was using the camera, and I was like, oh, well, it's a perfect opportunity to just like click away. I was always interested in taking photos from a young age, and I was like, I bet I'm gonna just do this. And I kind of just fell in love with it, like taking photos of fashion, just because like I was really into the blog era, like blog fashion, like the tutorial list. And a lot of just streetwear at the time was big. Like Bobby Hundreds, I mean, is probably one of my biggest like heroes in the game of streetwear, just because he revolutionized the idea of what the blog era was, and what he did with the hundreds, and grew it from what a blog was and the brand. And if you've never read the book that he just put out, This Is Not a T-Shirt, it's just really inspiring, just how he like kind of came up, and just like there's a lot of parallels in his come up and what I aspire to do. But yeah, I was working in streetwear, man, and fell in love with shooting with a camera. And in Cleveland, there weren't many photographers like me at the time that were so open to shoot like nightlife while also shooting editorial shit for the brand. So there was a lot of shoppers that were club promoters or rappers, and they would just like hire me to shoot their shows and shoot their parties. And that's when I started getting paid for shit. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Like I can make money. At the time it was like $75 for 3-4 hours of shooting shit at a club. And I was like, bro, like at the time I was in college, I was like, $75, man. I can buy a t-shirt and a couple 30 racks of Natty Light, bro. And like, no problem.
Dude, hell yeah.
Yeah. And that was cool. Until like I realized that you can make so much more money than $75 for.
Well, a Cleveland club paying $75 is probably
a lot of money.
Back then. Like now it's just like, wow, if you are only pocketing $75 for that long of work, it's like you are getting robbed, bro. Like you should not be touching that life, because you're just gonna fall more into it and just get shit paid for the rest of your fucking career. But being behind the camera was nice. It was cool. I remember I was in college. I didn't even buy, so like I was working with the shop's camera for about 3 months until the girl I was dating at the time was like, do you just want to own a camera? I was like, yeah, I would love to own a camera. She's like, well, I'll pay for half of it. I was like, bet. Sick.
I was like, bet. So, if it weren't for her, I wouldn't have bought a camera and like fell into the life. So that was very kind of her to leave that with me.
Shout out cool ex-girlfriends.
Yeah, she was cool. No, she was great. She was great.
Wait, that was...
No, you spend time with someone, and it's easy to say you don't
you don't care for what they did to you, but I do care. Like, you know, I'm very appreciative of everyone that's in my life. You know, there have been bridges that were burned, but for a reason, either to build new ones atop those burned sites or keep them burned, let them fucking rot away. But that's fine because no matter what, that bridge got me to one place or another.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of a bridge.
Definitely.
It's not the relationship. It's just, did you get over that bridge and did you see the other side? And it's like, yeah, every day I'm going to see that fucking other side. Doesn't matter. I'll burn a bridge all day.
Isn't it so crazy, like, when you look back at, like, relationships like that and you realize, like, the connection that they have, like, even if you're not even, like, talking to this person, you haven't talked to them in years, like, the connection they have to everything that's going on in your life right now. It's insane.
Yeah, man. Like, there's an opportunity to absorb every interaction, man.
Yeah.
Every small interaction, every big interaction. There's always a bit of something that should be left upon you that's worth thinking about. Otherwise, it is kind of mindless, right? Like, we have so much like mindless interaction every day.
Right.
But with people, man, like you, man, I like fucking talking to you, bro. You're cool. So like,
Oh, thanks, dude.
That's a lasting
We've
impression.
only been talking for 15 minutes, so like
it felt like days, bro.
it just felt like days.
Just felt like
we just
fucking
really
days.
hit it off. Like, you know, when we have our buddy cop stoner film in like 10 years, that I don't even smoke weed.
You don't even smoke weed?
Nah, it makes me paranoid.
Wow, it does the opposite for me.
I know. I wish I could be like you.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I don't.
You should wish to be like you.
Yeah, because motherfuckers like you spend a lot of money on weed.
He is not lying.
Dude, I couldn't even imagine having to buy weed all the time because I liked it. That would suck.
You're gonna make me really want to quit smoking
What?
weed.
Okay,
bro.
it's
That's different.
Yeah,
this is different.
Yeah,
this is so
this is
much
way
cheaper.
cheaper.
It's so much cheaper.
Yeah.
I used to think like smoking weed was like the cheapest thing ever. Not until you smoke an ounce a week, bro. Then it's just like fuck.
Yeah, I can make my alcohol tolerance go down in a week. I can't. I don't know about weed tolerances.
I was just thinking about that today. I was like, I should probably go on a tolerance break because
And you're like, yeah, fuck it.
as I'm sparking up, like I should go on a tolerance break. Nope. I'm gonna keep smoking this weed.
So wait, you were in Cleveland.
I was in Cleveland for 5 years. Yeah.
Shooting nightclubs.
Shooting
in
nightclubs, shooting concerts.
Wait, hold on. What were nightclubs in Cleveland like, real quick, before
Bro, all right, so there, I could really recall this
Cleveland?
one time, G, in the flats. So the flats well, the flats now are cool. Like it's a hopping spot. It's like what they did to Logan Square and shit. Like they super gentrified Wicker Park and all that. So that's what the flats was. Except the flats were way worse than that. Like actual shootings every night type shit. Hookers on the fucking corner selling
hell
themselves,
yeah.
you know, type shit. All the best strip clubs were in the flats. And all the sketchiest clubs were in the trap down there. And it was cool. So there was this one spot called Club Earth, and Gio, I'm pretty sure he's never going to see this, so I can at least name drop this. Gio was the promoter. He was a heavy client at Another Enemy.
He's like
he's
your
a-
number one fan, and he watches this.
Dude, I hope not. I really hope not. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Gio was cool, but he was one of those dudes that only paid $75 for work. But like, I was leaving Club Earth one night, and I passed by a cop and I got stopped. I'm like, what could be wrong? Like, I didn't have my seatbelt on. I don't really drive with a seatbelt on. So I was like, maybe it's that. Roll my window down when he comes down. He's like, hey, do you know where you are right now? I'm like, yeah, I just worked a job over here. Well, I'm not black. And down there in the flats, it was very much a black heavy crowd, Latino heavy crowd. And I just didn't fit the bill, so the cops were just making sure that I was. And that's not the first time that's ever happened. Like I've been in mad. I'm from Chicago, bro. Like down in the South Side, bro, I get stopped all the time. Like, are you sure? And that was back in the day. It's different now, but back in the day, I used to always get stopped, and so I wasn't like taking. It was just different because like it's Cleveland, Ohio. You don't really expect it, but in the flats, like you do. It's not like that anymore. Like I said, they have some of the most poppin' like nightclubs now down in the flats. Like this place called FWD, which is like a almost like a Miami club where they got like the pool and shit.
Oh,
and
what
just,
the
like,
fuck, in
like,
Cleveland?
in Cleveland, dude. Like it's where all the cool like yuppies go, and the flats is just it's different. But back then, so the Cleveland nightclub scene was just at least the scene that I was in was a little bit more rough. I was in college at the time. It's not what a lot of the kids I went to college did. They did other things in Cleveland. They went to other clubs like more downtown, and like Cleveland's pretty segregated in terms of racial divide and just culture in general. Like
Right.
they just like any big city, they have their yuppie scene, they have their quote unquote urban scene, they have their college scene, they have it all that's mixed in. Is that a pause? No pause.
No, you're
no
good.
pause. Okay,
No
yeah.
pause. No pause. We're just keeping it moving.
Yeah, no, definitely. Cleveland. So no, Cleveland nightlife is just different. Coming back to when I came back to Chicago during the time, it just was always just different. But shooting nightlife, is different than shooting nightlife now. I would assume. I guess back then it was just very much, the parties were just a little bit more different. I don't know how to explain it. Well, the parties I cover now, I guess, like when I was getting booked for parties, are just a lot more corporate oriented. So I imagine that like nightclub photography is still very much a prevalent thing. It's just I wasn't getting paid a lot for it because I was in college at the time.
Right.
So it was different.
Yeah.
It's I haven't thought about what being a photographer was like 10 years ago for a while. So it's like it's like different completely now than what it was. Obviously, like you build up to it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know.
So then you left Cleveland. Is that when you came back to Chicago?
Yeah, so I graduated from school, came back to Chicago, I was working odd jobs. Like it was summer, I didn't want to like get a corporate job just yet, so I worked at a summer camp as a camp counselor.
What were you like? Boys and Girls Club or like? What
No, I mean, yeah, it was a Glenview, Illinois. It was out in the suburbs.
Okay.
Pay was decent, and it was just a day camp. It was,
I couldn't imagine being a little kid and your ass falling out.
I had way less tattoos back then. I was way less dressed up. I was more a t-shirt and gym shorts kind of guy. A little more
hell
simple.
yeah. I need a photo of that.
Oh yeah, and I had hair. Like down here. Yeah, I went bald a couple years ago, man. I just couldn't stand it anymore. I was thinning out, but I had hair back then, and I was wearing, I was a lot more simple. But it's because I finished school, and I didn't really want to like join the workforce just yet, just because like I had just done school for 5 years, so camp counselor, and then the fall came, and I was like, oh, I still don't want to get a real job, but like I'll put my name at staffing agencies and see what happens, but I'll get a job at Urban Outfitters at Woodfield Mall, whatever.
Woodfield Mall.
Woodfield Mall, because it was I didn't. It was seasonal work, and I've been working retail since I was 16. It was just easy. Then I eventually got a job. I worked corporate stuff, sold washable air filters for 2 years, and I sold advertising space for 2 years. Then I got laid off, even though I was a great salesperson.
You seem like you'd be really good at sales.
Yeah, I'm just too personable, I think is what it is. But got laid off, and luckily at the time I had earned Una Maze as a client. Una Maze is a boutique in Wicker Park. They've been around for 20 plus years, and they were looking for an e-com photographer. So I just, did that, and they put me on retainer, a nice monthly retainer. And at the time, like I guess I'll talk about it, was $1,000 a month, and I didn't know what that meant. Like as a photographer, this was the first time I got a retainer gig.
Yeah,
it was the first time it was like an amount of money that was steady in photography.
right.
So once that happened, that was about 6 months before I got laid off. I was like, bro, I'm coasting. I'll just do this, take on other jobs as I can, shoot shit and meet people, shake some hands, hope for the best. And then I got laid off. So unemployment took care of me for a couple months, and my retainer job was great. I dodged taxes that year. It was phenomenal.
Hell yeah. Shout out fucking over the government. Let's go.
Shout out the
There we
IRS.
go.
Check me out real quick. My legal name is... Just kidding.
I'm gonna crumb.
I'm gonna crumb. And so as I got laid off, I was like, all right, so I'm gonna just try my best. I only applied to one other job. I forgot what it even was. It was in the first like 3 months of me being unemployed. But then other jobs came up, man. There were people in the scene that I met that knew I had lost work, and they were looking out for me. Got a lot of jobs as a videographer. And at the time, like I hadn't really touched videography, but I was interested. I had bought a gimbal. I was like, maybe I can make a little bit more money if I was gonna do more motion stuff.
Right.
And that's great because it really led to another part of my career that just kind of opened up a lot of doors. There were years I was like, I'm not gonna do video. I'm gonna be the best photographer I can be. Well, sometimes like you need to make money, so I
Yeah.
gotta learn some other shit. and videography was the closest thing to that, and it helped. So, you know, from that time that I was working corporate jobs, I was already trying to meet people. I was trying to go to events. I was trying to go to meetups. I was trying to go to photography meetups. Instagram was never one of those things I was like super involved in.
Yeah.
Like I didn't get an Instagram really until like it was after college, so like 2015, 2014, 2016, one of them years.
It's still decently early though.
Still decently, so like in the photography scene in Chicago was very much like meetups, let's do a walk, let's shoot here, let's shoot there. And so like
You didn't want to do that shit? Or
I did it. I knew I had to do it.
Right.
And it's not that I was like super excited to do it, but I knew that if I did it, I'd probably meet some really good people that shared my interest in what I love to do and are probably kind of interesting. So let's maybe find out about that. Found out that maybe 25% of the industry is actually interesting. The other 75 I can really not care about. If you think you fall into that category, that's on you.
I do. I love that.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, there's a lot of people I just don't care for, and it's okay. Like, I know who I do rock with, and I appreciate that, and I'm always open to see who else I can like know and find out more about. But I'm glad that, you know, people are open to the idea, like, oh, let's go to this meetup, and let's try to shake some hands, and let's see who we can really vibe with, and see where we can go from there. And I've met some of my best friends now that I can consider maybe 4 or 5 years ago when I came back from Chicago and started going to these things, more events too, like, you know, like whoever was doing a pop-up somewhere, I was like, yeah, I'll come through and shit, like I'm gonna do that. And now it's just kind of grown into this, like, I don't know, everything has turned into a community, right? Like the photography community is pretty vast, and it leaks into other communities, like, you know, the music community, the fine art community.
Yeah.
It all mixes in together, and it's great because, you know, you grow up and you kind of like wonder, like, what's the art scene really like? Because I didn't really grow up as an artist, but I always grew up watching media that pertains to like art and shit, like the art scene, like Hollywood shit. Like, I wonder what it's really like backdoor and shit.
Right.
Now that I'm kind of in it, it's like, oh, okay, it's definitely a little more glorified in some aspects. Like, you watch shit like Entourage or like The Devil Wears Prada or any of that shit that's like behind the scenes. You're like, oh, it's interesting. Like right now I'm watching Sex and the City. It's my first time.
Yeah. All right.
I had just upped an HBO Max account. I was like, you know what? I wonder what the Sex and the City shit's about. Because I've watched Entourage. Like, Entourage used to be one of my favorite shows ever until I realized, like, it's a little outdated. You know, it really can't be supporting a lot of Entourage stuff. But I was like, what was like the female response like? What did they give? What did they give the women? And they gave Sex and the City. I'm like, oh, it's interesting. Like, they did a lot better for them, I guess. Like, it felt better for, at least for me as a man, I guess. I'm only on like season 3, and it feels really good, guys.
You got through 3 seasons. Three seasons.
Yeah, but now I'm like, do I keep watching it, or I just watch the movies and see what like happens in the movies? I don't know.
Do both, man.
Do both.
Yeah, just
do
go
both. In on it.
Just do both. Just double down and watch the Entourage again.
Simultaneously.
Yeah, at the same time.
Jeez, my mind will not know what to think.
2 joints.
2 joints?
Yeah.
That's fine. I could do that. I can actually set up both. All right, you got it. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I'll keep you updated on that.
So, how because you obviously you go to the meetups like and stuff, but I kind of wanted to talk to you about something that I try to touch on with Bird Milk, and it's one thing just to go, but like, how do you go there and like not just be? And it's something that Steph also brought up in his interview. How do you go there and like not necessarily make an impact? I know that's what the words that like Steph said when I talked to him, but like, how do you go there and like actually like get something out of it and get something out of it as in like, how do you like make those connections the right way without being a fucking dickhead or a fucking cornball?
Yeah, that's actually a point I was gonna make. Like, don't be a head ass. Like, I used to be the kid that like used to slide in people's DMs, be like, hey, I'm really like your work. I'd love to shoot with you. Until one of my good homies now, at the time, I did that to. He was like, hey, man, I'm not really that kind of guy, but if you ever want to have a beer, bro, like, I'm down with that. I'm like, tight, let's do that. So since that interaction, I stopped asking people, like, oh, let's shoot. Like,
let's go get a beer first.
Let's get a drink. Let's go hang out.
Take
like,
me on a date first.
Yeah. Buy me dinner first before you try to kiss me. No, man, but I think that was very valid for me, bro. Like, it's not always about trying to get ahead, right? Like,
Yep.
there's so much more behind it. So I realized that it was like just trying to form a genuine connection to
Yes.
individuals. So my impact is like, you tell me like, oh, you're really personable. Like, people tell me all the time I'm really personable. I talk a lot, and that's fine. It's because I'm a talkative person. I genuinely want to talk and like listen to people and hear more about what they got to say. So I'm like, I'm gonna talk to you. So I think that's what's really important to that. And like, that dumbass like, oh, do the work shit. Like, do the work is absolutely what you want to do, but that's like a broad spectrum of things that you got to do. Like, doing the work is like, yeah, you got to show up, but showing up doesn't mean just physically showing up.
Yeah.
It means mentally showing up. It means, it's not that I'm like overly cautious of looking stupid, but I just know I don't want to look stupid. So
Right.
you just do your best not to do that. And I don't know what that means, bro. Like don't get too drunk at a party. Like, sometimes that works for some people. Like, that can be some people's like energy, right? And that's what people vibe
Yeah.
with. And
Be the thing that opens them up.
opens them up. Like, oh, that guy smokes a lot of weed, bro. He's cool. He's down to earth. Like, it's, oh, that guy dresses cool, man. He must be really cool. Like, there's so much more to that, but you have to be willing to like peel every layer off that you can. So
Right.
like, I think about it now. I'm 4.5 years into full-time freelancing. So that really means I've only been in the community for about 5.5. Mm-hmm. But then that you have to think about, like, that's over half a decade I put into creating relationships and creating.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not a name
And,
for
and
myself.
there's not a
but
ton of new people in and out of the mix here. Like, that's
No.
the thing. That's the thing, as opposed to like in LA or like
Yeah.
New York, where there's always like interchanging parts. People are leaving. People are going.
it's
whatever.
so much different here in
Yeah.
Chicago. Like, there are names that have only grown, and then there have been names that have dropped off,
Yeah.
and then there have been some names sprinkled into the mix.
Right.
And it's all about like, your willingness to last in this whole industry, bro. Like, how long can you be in it before you burn out, or if like how long can you be in it until you're just not worth being relatable to anymore? And it's not that it's frightening, bro, but it's like a lot of people think of like right now being such like a thing when there's so much more than now. There's later.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I smoke a lot of weed, so
So be my friend. Like, I'm a cool dude. I'm down to earth.
down to earth. I dress good. I smoke a lot of weed.
So-
I drink a lot of Bud. No, I'm just
You drink a lot of Bud.
Bud.
Like warm Bud Lights.
Yeah, so doing the work,
Do the homework.
not like, I don't know, man. Like you gotta be kind of like good at, you gotta be kind of good at what you do.
Yeah.
And I don't
I think
ever.
that's the hardest thing for
That's
some
the
people
hardest
to
thing.
grasp.
Yeah.
Because you can talk all day and
Right.
you can be really good at talking with people.
Yeah.
But you gotta shut the fuck up and like learn how to like get better at the shit to like
Constantly,
Yeah.
constantly trying to learn, constantly try to expand your skill set, try to be better, right? Like, just trying to do the good work. Like, when they say do the work, man, that doesn't mean like you hand in your assignment and that's it, bro. Like,
you gotta do the extra
you
credit.
got to do the extra credit, bro. It's not only 9 to 5, bro. It's 9 to 9, then 9 to 9 again, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like you overly have to obsess over everything, but you kind of like just have to immerse your life into it all. Mm-hmm. And if people can feel that, then that's all gonna just show. And you get better every day. You put the practice in. You talk to the right people. People can't affirm or tell you suck. Whatever, take it however you want to do it. But you got to chase this life. And some people just think it's easy. It's not,
Yeah.
man. And some people like tell me, "Oh, you look so busy." I'm like, there are times I'm not busy.
Yeah.
I'm really just not, and that stresses me out sometimes, and that kind of fucks me up. That if
Ooh.
I'm not busy,
Let's touch on that as an artist.
Go ahead.
As an artist, the artist conversation. When I don't feel like I'm being busy, I feel like I'm wasting my fucking time. Do you
okay,
feel that
I
way?
don't feel like I'm wasting my time. I just feel like my time could be spent
Maybe that's a
doing
better.
more.
Yeah, maybe that's a better.
Because I do things, and I have to tell myself that if I'm wasting time, it's because I need that time for me. But if I could spend more time learning or growing, that would be great.
Is that something you recently learned though? Has that always been that way?
I think I've been more conscious about it lately.
Yeah.
I've been a lot more conscious about it.
It had to do with the pandemic, having some
Yeah.
time off.
Yeah, I saw a lot of my peers kind of stop working as hard.
Yeah.
or just not landing as many gigs, and it's completely understandable. And it like hurt my heart. It hurt my heart to see a lot of people just like not get work. But I was lucky to be around people that were still getting jobs, and that didn't stop me. Like I was fine with shooting whenever I can, picking up jobs below my rate. I did that, heavy, and it paid off. Like there were a lot of sleepless nights. Can I have another beer, please? Yeah, thank you for doing that.
He said,
Tap tap.
"Yeah, get the fuck up here
And
wake the fuck up."
Yeah, man. During the pandemic, man, I just like I knew what I loved doing, and it's really being behind the camera and being like at peace with myself when I'm doing it, because everyone kind of falls in, like when you love something, you kind of like. You ever seen Biker Boys?
No.
Like Lawrence Fishburne. All right. Well, every time Lawrence Fishburne races his crotch rocket, it's just like tunnel vision. Like all he sees is the end goal, right? Like he just wants to get to work and he wants to win. And I do that. I'm very much like, one day I really don't have to work as hard as I do now, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that day. That's gonna be phenomenal. But until then, like I'm fine working the way I do every day, because I don't almost see it as work. I just find it as just like, this is my life.
Yeah.
And I think that's very important, just to like just live it up type shit.
That's the thing that I think with anybody in any sort of like creative industry, it almost becomes like a lifestyle. It's no longer like I have a
Work.
9 to 5 where I shut down. Like you always have something that like
Always.
throughout the day, and it might not be like 100% like you're like hard at work like for 8 hours straight. Like
It comes in and out.
Yeah, it's like 16 hours of you just like being conscious of like something,
Right.
And then you go to sleep.
Right. God, that's 100% that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sleep 4 to 6 hours every night.
You are a fucking psychopath.
Thank you. like there are times I'll stay up till 2 and I'm right back up at 6. I'm like, all right, I guess we're just
You
gonna
early
stay up a
riser
bit.
every
Yeah.
morning?
Every morning, sunrise. I see it through the window. It's great.
It's wonderful. Waking up early rules, dude.
Especially when you live in a place like Humboldt Park, where it's like you usually hear traffic all day, but that moment where you see sun and you hear nothing but the birds in the
Yeah.
morning, bro. Gee, like it's bliss, man. It's bliss, because as soon as 8 o'clock hits, I'm hearing horns, I'm hearing sirens.
Yep.
Sometimes I'm hearing shots, bro. Like
Chickens.
bro, I'm hearing chickens,
Roosters.
dead ass,
Dude,
for
we
real.
get a rooster across the street.
Oh,
we
he's
got
going.
construction out front.
Yeah,
You got somebody's subwoofer at fucking 6:30 in the morning.
loud,
Like,
going,
dude.
So that's why I
on.
try to be the noisy one first. So I'm up blasting the music at 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm rocking the drums at 9 in the morning.
What are you blasting in the morning then?
Right now I'm listening to a lot of Stray from the Path. They're a hardcore group.
Oh hell yeah.
A lot of like one of their drummer is one of my favorites. He's just heavy, man. Craig just goes in type shit. So it's either that or I start my morning with the Isley Brothers.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Apple Music curated a great essentials playlist for the Isley Brothers. So sometimes if I'm feeling groovy, I do that.
Little groove.
Yeah. And I also have this other playlist. It's a Good Vibrations playlist. It'll go from like Earth, Wind, and Fire to Hold On by Wilson Phillips to 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton to Ordinary Pleasures by Tori Moy. So it's a spectrum of just music that makes me feel good.
Dude, yeah. That funk shit's amazing.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
It's
Just
good
like
for
a
the
nice
soul.
strong bass line with
Yep.
like just good drums. Anyway, music's just good for the soul. I try to listen to as much of it as possible.
You play drums though, right?
I have been playing drums a lot lately. I started playing drums when I was 12. I stopped playing drums in college because
Why?
I didn't have a set.
Yeah.
Well, also there was this moment. So there was a time I was 21. I got sucker punched at a party. I was wearing my eyeglasses, and I got rushed to the hospital that night. And I had to get a really drastic surgery on my eye, which now I'm like partially blind in my right eye. But so it was pretty traumatizing.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I'm partially blind in my right eye because I have a lens and iris implant, a cornea transplant. Like I said, I got sucker punched at a party, got rushed to the hospital. I had a 1-inch cut from my my tear duct was broken. All this shit. I have about like 15 to 20 hours of surgery on my right eye.
Oh
between
my God, dude.
3 different surgeries. That's why I'm wearing my sunglasses right now. The lights that you have in here are kind of bugging me out.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. You gotta light the scene. I completely
yeah.
understand. but I have to wear the sunglasses.
No, it's
Otherwise,
okay. I mean,
fucking
they're a good look though. Like,
Thank you.
Yeah, like the little hearts on there and
sparkly hearts.
sparkly hearts.
Saint Laurent sparkly
Oh,
hearts.
you see this? You see this guy? Prada, Saint Laurent. What else you got? Those Docs. What are those?
Levi's.
No,
These were from Finish Line. Plain white socks.
plain white socks.
These boxers, just bought them. Got to buy boxers every like 6 months.
Well, yeah, of course.
Target.
Nice. Okay, and then what are
They're
the shoes?
Hanes. Hanes.
The Hanes.
They're Hanes.
What are the shoes?
Prada.
Oh, there we go.
Below retail Prada.
You definitely have the most expensive fit that has ever been on any
really-
podcast I've ever done. You're
I appreciate that.
You got a good style. You got a good aura.
Thank you, bro. I try to radiate as much as possible on that. Energy is very important to me.
Well, you definitely have a lot of energy.
It's because I downed an iced coffee before I came here, to be honest.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like I left my house.
So you're gonna have to shit yourself like in a little bit here.
Yeah, your
We have
bathroom's
butt-
gonna get blown up.
We have butt wipes.
Yeah, butt wipes?
Yeah.
Sick. I don't use those. I'm just kidding.
You're like I don't like it.
Yeah, it feels weird, man. It's suspect down there, bro. I don't like that shit.
I thought they were dude wipes.
No, they're mad, not dude-ish. They're like baby blue, and I'm just kidding. I don't know what they are.
You already were in there.
I was in
You
there.
already scoped it out.
I
You
used
give
it
him
on
a
my
sniff
bum
and shit.
already.
You you wiped already. You're like, just in case. How's
Yeah,
this gonna
I'm just
feel?
gonna do a pre-wipe. I didn't even shit nothing.
Just standing up.
Oh my god.
Do you wipe your ass standing up or sitting down?
I shit standing up and I sit down when I pee. Yeah. You ever walk into a Jewel restroom and see a piece of shit in the urinal?
Wait, what?
So I was like 8 years old,
Wait.
right?
Wait, hold on. Yeah.
I wish I was kidding. I'm not.
Wait,
I saw
where
it.
was it?
It was a Jewel like restroom. Jewel Osco. If you're from Chicago.
Wait, so
Yeah.
you're vertical when you shit.
I didn't shit. I didn't do it. I walked in and saw the shit there.
But no, you said you stand up while you shit.
That was a joke, but yes, I do.
Well, we're leaning in.
Wait,
We're gonna lean into
we're
it?
leaning into it. That's gonna be the clip.
Oh, okay. So I in the shower, right?
Yeah.
I shit in the shower and just stomp it down with my feet.
you waffle press it.
Oh my god. Yep. Waffle. It's like Play-Doh.
I feel like it's almost like a luxury to have like a drain cover in your apartment in Chicago. I feel like half the showers I've seen in here like just don't even have like just the hole.
That's fair. Hey, I'm looking at you. Do
It's nasty.
real quick. Do people take piss breaks in the middle of these things? Because I really gotta pee. Can I pee?
Yeah, here we
Oh my
can
God,
do it.
I really gotta pee.
Now we're back.
We're back.
JP just took a piss.
It was a good one.
It was a good one, dude.
was a great one.
Them ones, the beer pisses hit, dude.
They hit. Well, I broke the seal for you, so that's what happened. It feels really good.
Yeah.
Did I what?
You wipe your dick.
Of course I wiped my dick,
No,
bro.
you didn't. You're a liar.
I wiped my taint.
You wiped your taint.
Yeah, just for
Do
funsies.
you call it a taint more, or do you call it a gooch more?
It just depends how I feel.
Yeah.
I found out one of my homies, he got hit by a car, and he broke his dick somehow.
What?
Yeah, he was telling me about this last night.
Was his dick hard?
When he was telling me about it? No.
Wait, yeah. How do you break your dick and it not be hard?
He just told me, like, the way he was just explaining is like, yeah, I don't know, man. They just found a displacement in it.
No. It's important to know though. Like, how do you break a soft dick?
I don't know. They have
It happened, bro. It was soft as hell, he said. I don't know.
He said it.
He said it was
He's like, hey, for clarification, my dick was super soft.
So
I'm gonna crumb.
crumb. Oh yeah, so my homie broke his dick, bro. He got to have his taint surgery and all. He's a dad now. It was great.
His taint surgery? Is that
Yeah, taint surgery.
taint surgery.
Yeah, I hope I never have to undergo that.
You ever hear about how Dennis Rodman broke his dick?
No.
He's broke his dick like twice too. Twice he's broken his dick.
How?
Sex.
Sex.
Yeah.
Could never be me.
Can you imagine the kind of sex Dennis Rodman was having in the 90s?
I aspire to be like Dennis, bro. He's my favorite. He was my favorite bull.
Yeah.
I love Jordan. Shook his hand. Dennis, though.
You shook
King.
Jordan's hand?
Yeah. Well, I went to Loyola Academy.
Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, let's talk about this. You shook Michael Jordan's hand?
Yeah, I shook Jordan Michaels. Jordan Michaels.
Jordan Michaels, George Michaels.
yeah, same people. So I went to school at Loyola Academy. I was part of the high school marching band, the drum line. and he shook everyone's hand in the drumline at one of his son's games. Yeah, that's how I shook his hand.
Oh yeah.
Jeffrey, what was that?
Jeffrey and Marcus. I was there for both those stints. It was cool, man. The man used to roll up to Loyola in a maroon Bentley and gold rims. Our school colors were maroon and gold.
Oh, he got it specifically
For his children, yep.
Even though they
Was he driving?
They sucked.
They sucked.
Oh my God,
They
sucked.
got a scholarship off the name alone. Like they
Marcus-
got,
Jeffrey did at U of I.
yeah. He
Marcus did not.
Yeah.
Marcus struggled at Southern Florida or whatever it was. He went to USF, I think. Yeah, but whatever. He owns Trophy Room now, so that he's fine.
he's doing all right.
I mean, Michael's doing fine.
Michael? Yeah, I heard he's doing all right.
Michael lives.
He's doing okay.
If you don't want to play like that, that's fine.
He's doing okay. I had something I wanted to just say to you, and I'm totally lost the train of thought.
Jeez, you've been drinking. Go ahead.
Oh, you want to ask something? Yeah, Nico, what do you want to ask?
Now, you talked about how these last 5 years you've been in this industry and in this scene for, right?
Mhm.
And you would say probably maybe the first couple of years you were trying to like build your name and your credibility within the scene, right?
Mhm.
And now you've gotten to a point where like now people are coming to you for specific things, right?
Right.
Like you, in some cases, have become the man
Mhm.
in some areas and some spaces that you're in.
Mhm.
How is that either impacted your ego, or how is that kind of like an interesting thing, knowing that while you were trying to get into the industry, people weren't really like rocking with you because you were low key, and now roles have kind of reversed.
Yeah.
So how has that been for you?
It's actively humbling. Like, I always have to be telling myself, like, chill the fuck out, bro. Like, you still got so much more you got to get done. But it's hard not to think about it, right? Like, you think about all the people before you that get hired for certain jobs, and then you start getting hired for those jobs because those people are unavailable. And it's like, damn, like, I'm the next choice. Like, it's cool. It's humbling, and it's tough for me to always want to talk about it because I don't ever want to come off as a braggart, right? Like, I don't want to come off as like this heavy-headed person just because I got such and such gig. It's great and it's humbling for me because I think about all the people that got passed over for a job, and it's like, bro, that could have been me. I've been passed over for a lot of jobs, man. Like, All-Star Weekend came here 2 years ago. I didn't even get a job that weekend. And it's like,
Damn.
and after that weekend, bro, like, my career started getting more jobs. It's weird to think about because there are so many people that have touched certain heights, and it's great that you're now kind of grazing that top, and like kind of think about like, how do I maintain this? How do I keep going harder? How do I keep doing what I'm doing and having this pace of progress just be steady? Don't let it come too fast. Don't let it be too slow. You can't fall off too fast. So it's tough, man, because there was a time you just don't think you're ever going to get to that spot, right? Like, there have been many times I wanted to quit. So many times I thought, I was like, man, maybe I should just get a job. I still haven't applied a job in years, right? But it's different because there are people who look up to me now, who like want my advice on how did you do it? And it's like, I don't know how I did. I just kind of continued doing me. I knew what I didn't like in people, so I didn't want to be that person. So, there's that saying, be the change that you want to see in the world.
Yeah.
And I try to be as active in that as possible, like, it's not like everyone should be like me, but like, if you know who I am, like, I'm very much about people who are like me, and that's cool. Like, I respect a lot of people who are very open to listening and still also challenging whatever's going on. And it's tough, man, because I always think about there are other people that work just as hard as me, if not harder, that aren't getting to where I'm getting. So that part's humbling. But I just know, like, every day is another opportunity to do something different, to do something cool, to do something just different, And it's just exciting that I get to chase more every day instead of just feeding the same meter. I know what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. What is that?
Just trying to fucking be rich and, give my parents a fucking house, bro. Like, they deserve it all, bro. Like, they gave me everything, so eventually just try to get my parents to retire so they don't have to worry about nothing. Like, I already proved one part of my aspect to my family. You know, they didn't think I was going to do it. Shit, I ain't worked a real job in years, so they had no other choice but to just kind of believe in what I got going on, and that was tight.
How's the relationship with you and your parents in terms of like you wanting to be like, let's just like an artist, like a photographer? Like,
that was tough at first. You know, as a child of immigrants, my parents came to this country thinking they were going to find a mate, give birth to a child, and that child be a traditionally successful human being.
Yeah.
Like, they want him to be a doctor or a lawyer or a nurse. And that just didn't happen for me. Like that, you know, I tried the day job thing, and I kept telling my parents, like, no, I just want to shoot photos and do that life. It's cool. Like, I like what I do. I like, you know, just kind of being free about it. They didn't like that for me at the time. And, you know, in the last 3 years, I really had to show them that I wasn't going to get a job. So I was able to pay my bills. I was able to survive. They saw that. I proved it to them. And slowly the narrative started to change a little bit. It stopped going from, you should go back to school, to, oh, you're doing great. I'm really proud of the progress you're making. You know, you're doing work. You're your own boss. You know, there's parallels in me and my family's come up where when I was younger, my mom, she owned her own business. By the time she was 40, she had her own office, and she was a mortgage broker. She had her own office 5 minutes away from the house that we lived in. And now, you know, I'm my own boss at 31 years old. Yeah. My studio that I share with 2 other people, my office, is only 5 minutes away from my house.
That's beautiful.
It's so beautiful, you know. And like, you know, there are times I show up with another tattoo at home. My parents are like, "What are you doing with your life?" And I'm like, "I'm just living it, guys. You can't be mad at that." Like,
right.
They've come to terms that this is who I've become. You can't really change me. I catch that trait from my mom, and I catch my hard-working trait from both my parents.
Yeah.
And they know that if I ever was gonna fail, I'd have no problem going back to my parents and be like, "Hey, guys, I fucked up." But I haven't done that in 5 years. No. So they can't say nothing about it. I've never asked money from my parents.
Yeah. Has anybody in your family ever gone down a similar path as you either?
Nope.
Yeah.
First one trying the whole artist thing.
Yeah.
At least in the American cousins. I have one cousin after me. She's 2 years younger than me. She is a part-time designer at Gant Clothing in Paris.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay,
she went to school for fashion design.
Yeah.
So she was the only one that formally got introduced to the arts, and then made a career out of it. Whereas I went to school to do more traditional work, and ended up just becoming an artist anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just different, you know. There was a lot of elbow grease to my parents, and my family is a spectrum. I'm still trying to, like, you know, all my cousins respect the fuck out of me because they're like, "Oh, you're the only one that didn't listen to your mom and dad." Whereas
They
like,
think you're cool as fuck.
They think I'm cool as fuck.
Yeah.
All my cousins say it.
And you are cool as fuck.
I respect that. Thank you so much for thinking that. And that's tough too, you know, being humble about it. But like, people telling you that you're cool, like, I don't know, man. It's not like I grew up hearing that. Like, I don't know, teenagers, you really don't like tell people they're cool unless like, they're the coolest thing on the planet.
Yeah.
Which at the time, now you think about the people that were the coolest ever plateaued at that point.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I ain't never fucking plateaued yet. So it's like,
definitely,
you know, keep climbing, keep doing better, keep doing all that shit. And it's tough, man. Like, I wanted to get to my head sometimes, but then I also tell myself, like, who are you, bro? Like,
yeah,
it's not that you're cool. It's just that you're just kind of there, and people vibe with that, and it's like, that's fine with me.
Right.
Because people can hate me if they want.
Yeah, but like I think like the thing with you, and it's just like in the 50 minutes that we've like known each other now, is that like you're like super comfortable with yourself.
Oh, thank you.
And like that shows.
Thank you.
Like, I mean, I knew that when you walked in wearing that. But
that's a very comfortable man.
Yeah, like this guy got his chest out. Like,
oh, my nipples almost out.
You're flashing titty on the fucking pond.
Out here, bro.
Dude, it's man, and I can just like see why people would like gravitate, especially like your family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as somebody who like, I mean, obviously it's not really the same because like my you know, my parents aren't immigrants, but like it was the same thing with me as I was the first one in my family that like everyone did like the, you know, the fucking go work at a factory or go work medical, like whatever. That's the only thing that they knew, and that's the only thing that they had decided for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, it's tough.
Different.
Like, it's really tough to like try to explain to them like, hey, like this is a thing that you can do, especially when you come from a place where people just don't do it.
They just don't do it.
Yeah.
You know, well, in the Philippines, you know, you kind of grow up, especially when you're more of a fair skin Filipino, like your parents kind of tell you, like, oh, you should go back to the Philippines and you should become an actor. You should do comedy. Like I was told that growing up all the time. Like, oh, you should go back and be an entertainer.
You ever done stand up before? I think it'd be funny.
I think I'd be funny. I've thought about it. I've thought
Yeah.
about doing stand up. I'll eventually probably get into it and be a hit and all that shit. But
Yeah.
they all think I should. They should have done. I should have done that, but that was never for me.
Right.
But I'm the first Calubaquib born in America. Like I'm my family's American history. So there was a lot of pressure in
shit.
that.
Your cousins live here now?
I have cousins, but
Yeah.
they're on the mom side, so the mom didn't
okay.
carry the name. So
Yeah.
I'm the first legit Calubaquib. And my cousins all did their thing. They're still doing their thing. They make great bread. A lot of them, they're all in great, successful relationships. Half of them got kids. My younger brother did all the things. You know, he became a nurse, and he's successful in doing that. Just was never gonna be me.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. So I went the other way, and I just kind of just like immersed myself fully into it. So they couldn't, like I said, they just couldn't change that. Once you're just so firm in who you are, nothing can stop you, bro. Like.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You're going to change me today? You're not going to change me today. This took years to get to where I'm at, so you got years to change that. Sorry.
Why are you
It's how I like it.
apologizing?
I don't know, bro. It's good.
You're going ham right now, dude. Like,
I appreciate that.
yeah, it's something about you guys that work for the Chicago Fire and do shit where you guys just get on here and you just talk.
Well, oh yeah, Step works with my claws, bro.
Yeah,
Step,
bro.
man, my fucking boy.
Hey, your boy, dude.
But that's another thing, bro. Like, I shoot pro sports. Like, that's fucking tight. I
Yeah.
grew up like wanting to do that, bro. Like,
You taking pictures of Kanye West.
I took pictures of Kanye West, Chance the Rapper, bro. I can't believe I put those two in the same sentence. Never gonna fail.
You're never
bro.
gonna fail.
I mean, I took photos. I took photos of 2 Chainz, Lil Wayne. You know, fucking folks, bro.
Like literally some of the
Ninja, bro. I took photos of Ninja for Taki's Chips. Like that's weird.
Yeah.
I shot for Taki's Chips.
You shot for Old Style,
I shot for Old Style.
which is like the most Chicago thing you could have ever done.
Great. I can do more Chicago things.
Well, yeah, but like it's very Chicago.
It
to do
is.
that.
It is. Especially like
You
know
put
this.
this motherfucker on a photo in front of Wrigley Field or some shit.
That's right. Nico got fucking prime real estate on their Insta for that. Yeah, man. I do that Chicago shit for real, bro. There ain't no faking my. No, hell no. I love my Chicago shit, and I'm just so blessed that I get to fucking do this shit every day, bro. Nah, for real. You're like, oh, if you have anything that you want to like talk about on this podcast, I really wanted to talk about how good life is right now. That's really what I wanted
I
to
love
talk
that.
about.
No, talk about
You know,
it.
there can be there's a lot of shitty things I think about every day, but overall, in the grand scheme of things in my life right now, life is not bad.
Yeah.
It can be so much
You
worse.
work. You
bro.
worked to get here though.
I worked really hard to get here, bro. I just had to think about it the other day. I'm 4.5 into this whole freelance thing, and it's like, bro, I could have been done after year 1, you know, and I'm almost 10 years fully into holding a camera, bro. They always say, you know, you're 10 years, that's when you start blowing up, bro. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's not like I'm blowing up, but I'm starting to see the benefits in what I planted. Like, you know, I'm starting to reap what I sow professionally. And it's great, bro. Like, I couldn't be more grateful. I wake up every day just so thankful I don't have to work a fucking 9 to 5 for nobody, bro. Like,
Thanks, dude.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about it, bro. It's just like, I'm just so grateful that I don't have to live your life. No,
Dang it.
Yeah.
no, but you do good work, bro.
Yeah.
It's
You
hard.
do good work.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Right.
Like at least I wake up every day and I feel like I'm a hitman, bro. That shit's tight to me, bro. Some people just,
You
hey,
feel like
can
a-
you come shoot this? I'm like, I'll shoot the fuck out of that, bro.
Yeah.
I'll shoot
And you
that.
do it, man. Your work is amazing. And
Thank you, bro.
And I'm very happy you came here and took the time to do this, man. Because I've been a fan of your work for probably like, I want to say I started following your shit like 2 or 3 years ago.
I'm so grateful. That's when it got good.
Yeah, yeah, man. Oh, I started because I saw your stuff. You started getting tagged in a lot of the Uno Maze stuff, and
Right.
like so like that was when man. So
Thank you.
it was such a pleasure to have you
Bro,
here,
I'm
man.
I'm honored to even be asked on any podcast that ever
Oh
wants me,
my!
bro.
Get
That
the
shit, I'm just
fuck
like, who the
outta
fuck
here.
wants to put me on a camera?
No, dude, it's even more of an honor for me that like you motherfuckers actually want to come and talk to my stupid ass for an hour or so. And
You're fun to talk to, bro. I don't know what you're talking
Oh well,
about. Shit's
hey,
fun as hell.
man,
Cheers,
we'll,
brother.
we'll talk some more, man. But I think it's a good time to wrap this one up.
With it,
Yeah, I think it's perfect. It's beautiful. We covered a lot of ground.
I'm done. I finished that anyway. So.
All right. Well, you can take
Sign
us-
off?
Yeah, you can
All
sign
right.
us off. I'm gonna finish this beer.
Thank you all for tuning in. This has been Crumbsinmystache, and I hope to see y'all soon. This is Late Night Dive. That's Jacob fucking doing that. He finally did a burp.